but we wanted to do it with cameras, like with Canons. You know, we wanted the nice. So we were gonna hire people to help us film, but they were charging a lot of money, and you know we didn't have it like that. This is like when I was in my early 20s. I'm 42 now.
All right, we're around the same AARP.
So I was like, nah. So what I did was I purchased the camera, and I was like, yo, I'll film us. So instead of being in front of the camera, I went behind the camera, and I fell in love with that process, and history
says it itself.
Yeah, so that's what happened, and then from comedy sketches I went into more serious content.
Yeah, and also with you, man, I like take my creatives into like your daily process when it comes to this with filming and everything like that. Like what happens from the time you wake up to even when you get to your productions? Like take us into that. Talk to my creators.
As far as what, from an editing standpoint, from a filming standpoint?
Both. Just in general, like.
Okay, in terms of like filming, they're long days.
Yeah.
So I wake up, you know, I make sure I drink a lot of water, and you know, I prep myself on what I'm going to film, whether it's a music video or whether it's a commercial. I make sure I have all my equipment ready, my batteries are charged, make sure I'm prepared, because you don't want to get caught being unprepared on set. You want to make sure. I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So I make sure I prepare. I'm overly prepared. So if I'm doing, for example, right, if I'm doing a party and I know it's a birthday party or whatever, right? Like I still do those.
I like birthday parties.
I still do those, right?
I wish I was getting more of those, but I like birthday parties.
I'm humble enough to still do birthday because I like the vibe.
Yeah, see,
I like the vibe, right?
Right.
So what I'm getting to is, for my filmmakers out there, if you're shooting an event and you don't have a Zoom recorder with you, you are going to have a lot of issues, because having that Zoom recorder attached to the DJ's mixer is going to allow you to have clean audio. So when the MC's talking and asking questions or playing those little games that they play at birthday parties, when the loved ones say how they feel about how they met this person, blah, blah, blah. If you don't have that clean audio coming out of that mixer, it's not going to have the same effect, because, like I said, editing is just important as the film. Audio is just important as film. So, I pretty much make sure I'm prepared. Have everything prepared. Then when I'm there, when I'm in production, I make sure I have all my stuff set up. You know, all my settings are good. The lighting is good. Before I even action, do these people have boogers in their nose? How they look? Because our people got to be looking good. Whoever we're filming, we got to make sure. We gotta make sure there's no wrinkles and there's no one little spot here, because that one little spot, no matter what they're saying, you're gonna focus on that one little fuzz stain or whatever.
Especially with the 12K cameras.
Yes.
And 8Ks and the 4Ks.
all these crazy things. So that's one of the things I make sure. I want to make sure everything is ready.
Right.
So when I do film, I just want to focus on the filming.
Right.
And the person can just focus on speaking and whatever they're doing.
And being the subject.
And then editing is, you have to have, that's another conversation.
No, we can have that conversation now.
Okay.
That's
so
fine.
Editing is, like, you got to be prepared to edit for the whole day.
By far.
I wake up and I make sure I drink my water. I'm always drinking water. I'm always make sure I'm hydrated. And then, I begin editing, putting stuff in files correctly, stuff like that. I don't know how deep you want me to go into.
No, we can't. No, because not to cut you off on that. We're not segue. The file. See, a lot of clients don't understand when we got to put our stuff in files. That alone is a process.
Organization.
Like me. What I normally like to do, I have a folder set up that I copy and paste. So I already have it set up, like A-roll, B-roll, slow-mo, audio, what's the other stuff I have?
Regular
performances, miscellaneous footage, whatever. And I learned that from the courses I used to take at Matt and Neighbor Network. I learned that. My teacher taught me that. So I seen it, and I was like, oh, snap, I definitely need that.
But definitely having organization is important,
key.
Because the thing is, and that's kind of considered pre-editing production, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
So you want to make sure everything is in folders. So when you're editing, all your shit is not just jumbled all over the place, and you're looking for that one thing. You're looking for that slow motion.
Is there?
Bro, if you would have labeled it slow-mo, go into the file, there's all your slow motion stuff. You don't want to distract yourself from the work.
It's truly Reem'o Meerak, aka Chef Reem'o. Yeah, you hear it cuts. You know what the cuts stand for: culture, urban, technology, and sports. Now, for the latest features, content, interviews, and more, click that subscribe button. Come on, man!